Let's rock.
Let's rock.
Let's rock today.
Alright, everybody, welcome back to Torchlit Tavern. We are a real play Magic the Gathering podcast.
Alright.
I'm bringing out my fucking, was it Black Lotus? It's been a long time for me.
That's banned.
Oh, fuck you. Then we're not playing that game anymore. We're gonna play
a
Yu-Gi-Oh!
blue-black deck. I make people not play.
Oh, yeah, blue,
I
black,
hate
you
you.
son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
that's a fun deck.
I have a 5-color warrior deck, and it's insane.
Hey, you chose a game that we're all somewhat interested in. We're gonna talk about it now.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I can see my vampire deck from
we are
here.
a real play, narrative-driven,
A vampire
character-driven
deck,
Dungeons and Dragons podcast. We focus on narrative-driven storytelling, and I am your Dungeon Master, Jameson Oxford. Playing a blue-black deck with me today.
Oh shit.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing, but Ryan said vampire, and let me tell you, my blue-black vampires are not
my
but I have
my
fun
vampire
with it.
deck is straight black.
Yeah, I'm Blackpowder. It's me, Mitch. I am playing the druid in our little group, and I am here to be employee of the month until I can tear this whole bitch down.
Alright, apparently playing black, I believe, is
I always
Ryan?
play black. Hey gang, it's Ryan, and I play number 9, and I am ready to play with my mech for the first time because I'm an artillerist now, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, because before
Uh,
you've only been playing with yourself. I mean,
yeah,
your
we're-
little bits. I
Two
mean,
of them.
And ending
I was just
on what color does Jeff play?
yeah, what do you play, Jeff?
Yeah, what's
You a
your
green
deck color?
guy? I could see you being a green guy.
I could see it too.
Yeah,
Green black. Green black.
maybe green red.
I actually have 2 separate decks, but the
Of
one
course.
I want to make work the most, I have a 5-color warrior deck,
Oh, fuck
Jesus
off.
Christ, this
Yeah.
bitch.
and I only
At
play
least
commander.
he's not playing
so,
artifact.
What is it, a full commander?
yes.
I don't even know what any of that means.
He's
So
not
out of
playing
touch.
Splinter.
What a
He's not playing
prick.
Sliver. It's okay.
So out of touch.
Sliver and Infect. Fuck both of those.
Yeah, no, it's just a warrior deck. It's fun.
So what do you play?
Oh, yeah, I'm also Reyes the Rogue.
He said the important bits.
And now I will be buckling the swash. So let's do that.
Buckle our swashes, everybody. By the way, I'm green. Flat green. If anything, I'll put maybe a little bit of red in it.
Weird. Effective, but weird.
I can see
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna bury you in worms and squirrels, bro. Bring
I
it
think
on.
I have a
Worms
green
and
red
squirrels.
dragon. I'm not 100% sure, but or Drake or something. It's
I
a
will
wild
say-
card.
The deck that I hate the most is a white ally deck, and you know who you are out there.
Oof. White deck hate.
Last time I played Magic, I borrowed my girl Cagney's deck, and I pulled 4 board wipes in 5 rounds.
Disgusting.
And because I'm not a terrible person, I played them all.
Jeff, last time on Torchlit Tavern, please.
Last time on Torchlit Tavern, Blackpowder.
Blackpowder.
A little bit blue in there too.
I'm going to go make sure that you have backup. Please push forward and save the people in this cave.
Okay.
The Maker says you should think for yourself, except when instructed to do otherwise, by him or me.
Okay.
But you also see that Reyes has climbed out of the water, and he reaches out and he grabs the stone and yanks it out. Did you want to roll a knowledge check?
Yeah, it was 7.
You think there's probably something from the nether hells or dark realm?
Creature, get the fish and leave. This is going to collapse.
What about you?
What about me? Go!
Think for yourself.
I jam that the back sword in a little deeper. And does it just like become smoke again?
No, but it essentially bursts into a flash of light. But yeah, no, it explodes violently when it's killed. You guys seem to have been trapped by a cave-in in this small cave. You guys have also done enough stuff to get to level 3. You start to hear the sounds coming through the rocks of a team and pickaxes. Thought you said no one else was in the hole.
I said your operatives were.
Men, it's a gnoll. Kill it. Bosi is torn apart by musket fire.
Is Foe not with them?
You don't see Foe. In the center of the room, a towering, dark-skinned, muscular human or half-elven man stands, sweating with his shirt off. He seems to be mid-story of some kind as he takes a huge quaff of ale and breathes heavily before speaking in a booming voice. All right, so you guys are in Freehill again. You've come back from the caverns where you fought off the gnolls, and you are back in the Gar's Sun Tavern, the old garrison building turned tavern, and you are currently trying to get a drink, and there is a new character who seems to be this large,
Sweaty.
what was the sweaty, mocha-skinned,
Is he a himbo?
he's very himbo. Yes, absolute
Yes.
himbo.
But well
He's
spoken.
well-spoken, well, not well-dressed. He's shirtless.
Himbo.
And he's got everyone's attention, and he's just got done telling you the end of a story, and it is the story of the Cataclysm, what little is known about it, which I don't know if any of your characters would have necessarily heard the story of the Cataclysm, but even if you did, it's typically not well known. Like, nobody really knows what happened in even history buffs. Like, the whole explosion that changed history and set all of the nations back is shrouded in mystery. So it's weird that he has a whole story, and it's clear why everyone is paying attention.
Can I get a catch up on what the two names of the two deities were? I had my
The only names mentioned was Demiurge, I believe. There is no
Demiurge,
other deities
okay.
named.
Okay.
He does name the creator of the world Demiurge.
I mean, I think being the creator of the world, he'd be a full urge,
It's not actually what that means, but yes, that is what that word means, is creator. So, you guys are in the Gar Sun. It's pretty hectic. Vivaldi does... Yeah, I'm going to say Vivaldi is kind of traveling with everybody. Vivaldi actually stops short of the door as you guys walk in, and he turns and he goes to his tent. And he has been having Nine follow him, and Nine has been quietly following him. What does Nine do?
I stand outside the tent.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it. I've followed these people around for so long that I know enough to at least not go inside of a tent.
Nine, join me.
I do so.
Before we get into anything, is there anything you guys want to establish as we start off? Because, like I said, I was reading a lot of things to you at the end of the last episode, so...
Yeah, as Reyes enters the tavern, he just walks straight to the bar. He puts a gold down, and he looks at the tavern keep. Is it the same as the last time?
Yes.
He gives him a nod.
I believe I described it as a halfling who tends the bar.
I think so.
If not, then it's a different one.
If it's the same one, he gives him a nod, hoping he understands. If it is a different one, he would explain what he wishes.
Yes. No, I've been told, or I remember.
Aderu slides
Goes
up
to a-
behind him.
Yeah, goes to a bucket, starts getting out a few grog.
Hold the grog, friend. And Aderu puts down 3 gold on the table next to Seth's one and says, "Give him the good stuff until he can't afford it with what is here. Then grog. Good stuff for my friend first."
He looks over his shoulder. He starts to pour out the grog. He looks at Reyes.
Reyes kind of like suspiciously looks at Halor, then looks at the barkeep and gives him a nod.
Spirits or wine?
Spirit.
Yes, sir. And he goes and he pours something that looks vaguely like a smoky, dark color, but clear. And ice or none?
None.
You must try it with ice. You must once. It is a much different experience, and you did well today, my friend. We will need to talk about you slipping away ahead. Cause trouble before we are ready, but you've done well, friend. Treat yourself. Enjoy it. Drink it like cool waters of ocean? Yes? I don't know. Take care, friend. And Aderu, pats him on the back several times throughout that transition, and then goes off to be ruckus with the men.
Ice.
And Aderu's gonna put 5 gold down for the men. Now, which of you men want some drinks in this hole?
Zaderu walks away. The halfling goes into what you know is a magical ice chest. They become more and more popular across the land as the artificers have made them. And he kicks it, and then he curses like, "I'm sorry for bringing it up. Apparently the ice chest is broken again. It's just cold, just room temperature."
I nod.
Do you know an artificer? Do you have an artificer with the military?
I nod.
Do you think he'd fix it?
I shrug.
Okay, never mind. Thank you. Gives you your drink.
I nod.
As the bartender hears that, he's like, "I guess I'm about to be busy, so let me know if you need anything." And
It is of note that Aderu prioritizes the men that he's with, but he will buy a grog for anyone who doesn't stop him.
there are a lot of men in this bar.
5 gold was put down.
Okay. That will buy everyone a round. There's a lot of men in this bar. You see that the halfling starts cussing and pouring like a demon. Just absolutely swamped with work all of a sudden.
Adaru mitigates that a little bit by handing them out himself.
Great. You see,
We're doing
just...
the evil Captain America. Adaru also tries to schmooze a bit once he's got a bit of a ruckus going. He tries to schmooze a bit with the guy who is telling the story. He seems important. People seem to like him. Good guy to be liked by.
Yeah, you see one of the generals, not the inquisitors, but one of the generals that work beneath them, is having a talk with the man, going, "I understand, sir, but the story was nice and you've been very generous, but you do need to give up your weapons. You do not seem to have a permit, and we need to discuss this."
I don't know what you're talking about. I have a permit somewhere. What does it cost to get a permit? I haven't been in the area in a while.
You have to register. It's not just money. It takes time.
Okay, fine. Here, take my weapons.
He hands him a dagger and a greatsword and another dagger, and he pulls out from underneath the chair that must have been his a bow, and he hands it to him, and the guy just starts to get weapons stacked into his arms over and over and over, and then...
What seems to be the problem here? This man has no permit for his weapons. Is that what has occurred here? To the guard, taking the weapon.
He tries to peer over the increasing stack of weapons to look at you.
Perhaps please, let me help. And he there reaches out, grabs the other man's hand, palms of gold in it, pulls out his paperwork and says, "I have just bought all of this man's weapons. They are mine. I am simply loaning them to him. We are all in clearance, yes?"
No, that's not how it works. But you guys it's like as the crowd sort of shuffles away and your new friend grabs you by the shoulders like,
Now that is the way I like to see primacy soldiers behave.
It is good to have friends. It's good to have friends. Take this shit. It is heavy.
Indeed.
I don't want it.
What is your name, sir? You've been very helpful.
I am
Very
Halor.
friendly with everyone here.
I am Halor, a mercenary under employ of primacy, nation of Canoria. It's a pleasure to meet you, friend, and you are?
My name is Eric. Eric the Barbarian.
It is good to meet you.
Traveler of the
Simple.
land, storyteller, and adventure seeker.
It seems as though adventure you have found, friend. Come join us in drinks with these people. They all could lighten up considerably.
Well, everyone else has bought me a drink, so why not you as well?
I bought everyone else a drink, so why not you as well, friend?
Oh, then you owe me another.
It's just shameless horse schmoozing after that, unless you want to discuss anything important.
you guys both take a seat at the bar. I'm assuming right next to Reyes.
I'm actually going to give him some space, because I know that Seth doesn't like company.
Sure.
He doesn't like company, he doesn't like touching. Those are two things that Halor knows and chooses to take advantage of in certain positions.
Yeah.
And this sweaty barbarian looks like he's going to violate both of those things real quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm already real on edge, so...
I'm going to take a step away from the bar for a moment, unless Reyes has some sort of thing he'd like to do. He's
No,
strict?
I'm gonna drink until that gold's gone.
Okay.
However long that takes. Hopefully not too long. I'm gonna.
So the
'cause
total
I have-
amount of gold that you put on the table was what, Mitch? 4?
He had 4 total. He put 1 down, I put 3 down. I spent
Yeah.
almost as much gold on Reyes as the bar.
Gotcha. Okay. You know, that'll get you two pulls of high-end whiskey, or whatever, high-end spirits. We're not even going to bother naming it.
Cool. I drink it relatively quickly, but you can come back to me.
Yeah. Back in Vivaldi's tent.
Spit on it.
Ryan, por qué?
Oh, I had
Ryan,
to.
I love you.
Right there. I had to do it.
The only thing is you should have said robot at the end.
I know, but I
Spit
couldn't
on
even
it,
finish it.
Robert.
I was too
It's
done.
okay, it's okay.
Anyway, as Vivaldi was saying to you, spit on it, robot.
Because his shoes had gotten awfully scuffed and
I
marred
just start shining
Yeah,
during
shoes.
the hike.
The maker says you may speak.
Okay.
The maker would also like you to give me a rundown of what happened after you left the town of Freehill yesterday.
Okay. We were tracking gnolls to try and help the people that they captured. Foe came with us and was telling us where to go and what to do, and we were listening to him. Halor was a little bit suspicious at one point, but he was working and trying to help us the whole time, just in a really weird way. Seth can climb on ceilings, and that's cool. We killed a bunch of gnolls and a couple of snakes and some hyenas.
In which order? He gets a granular rundown. If you give him one, he will ask questions to make it more granular, but basically, we can breeze through the fact that you bring him up to speed on everything unless you don't.
I just hope Nine has heard the phrase that snitches get staples.
What?
I ain't stitching that up. You were trying to stitch polymer and aggregate?
Hyenas, and then gnolls, and then a snake, and then another hyena, and another gnoll.
So over the course of a bit, you tell him what went down. Is there anything that you leave out, or is Nine still a very open book?
No, I tell him everything.
Okay. So Foe went with you into the woods, told you that he would leaving, and that he would come back with help.
Yes, which sounds like he did.
Thank you. 9. From now on, I do not wish you to take orders from Foe, even if the Maker says. The Maker wishes this.
Okay. May I ask why?
You may not.
Okay.
Do not speak of Foe to anyone else.
Like he doesn't exist?
As far as your conversational abilities go, correct.
Okay.
I have another task for you, 9. Thank you for your help and your information.
You're welcome.
He goes over, and you realize that you are in a tent that seems to be magically imbued with the ability to have a little bit more space. You stepped into a relatively small tent, but inside he has what amounts to a very lavish and large extra-dimensional living space. He takes you into another room, and there is a table laid out. 9, I need to tell you that you are very important to my plans. I think you are the only one that will be able to open certain doors once we reach our location. Because you should be programmed with such things that will help us bypass certain wards. So I need you to stay safer. Oh, do you understand?
Yeah, I can try.
You are an old model. Now, I understand that it is a dangerous place and we are at war with many people. So, he pulls a tarp across this table, and this large, what looks like it was just covering a mass of junk or something, he flips it across, and you recognize 41 from the prologue, laid out on the table. This unit is similar to you. It is not too many past your model. It was my original choice for this mission. We had to decommission it. I was hoping maybe you could put him back together as a backup for me.
Yeah, I could do that.
What will you need and how much time will it take?
I might need a few minutes to determine how long it'll take. I'm not sure what's wrong with him currently.
Yes. You did claim to be an artificer, correct? This is not outside of your scope?
Yes, the Maker was an artificer and showed me how to do artificing.
Good. Let me or my quartermaster know. And for now, there should be a set of artificer's tools over there. And any parts you need.
Some.
All right. I will leave you to it.
Okay.
We also have a select amount of extra parts in that case. Good luck.
Oh, okay. Is it okay if I ask a few questions?
He squints his eyes. And he takes a moment. We will try it.
Okay. Do you know the Maker?
Yes.
Like you've seen her recently?
Yes. Not recently.
Oh. How long ago?
That I've seen her in person? It has been perhaps a couple years.
Oh. Okay. I didn't see them when we came out of the cave, but did we save the civilians?
2 living members of the community were found deeper into the cave. We had to do some digging, but we did get them out. We also found an abomination of a hyena and its litter, and we put it out of its misery.
Okay. The gnoll that we killed that you guys shot in the end, said he worked with the primacy. I was very confused as to why we shot him. Was he not anymore?
No, he was not anymore. I have one more command.
Okay.
You are not to talk to anyone about that gnoll.
Okay. Like Foe?
Yes.
Okay.
It is best if you do not talk to anyone in the city of Freehill about either one of them.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions?
No.
Very well. Thank you for your help, 9. You've done a great job.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can do?
Stay close to me from now on. Do not travel far away. The Maker wishes you to remain safe by my side.
Okay, at all times? I can't really work on him if you leave the tent.
You are safe within my tent. You need not follow me out of the tent provided you are working on my projects.
Okay.
Now, I have business. You may continue working if you wish, or if you need time to fix yourself, I know you have had an ordeal. I will be leaving.
So stay here?
I do wish you to work on this, on 41.
Okay.
All right. He didn't forbid you from leaving, because I know you're very particular about Nine's orders, but he did give you a command. It's up to you how strictly to interpret that.
Yeah, no, I immediately go over to 42.
41. I decided
41?
he's one shy of the answer.
Okay, very good.
Hey guys, what do you call a flock of artificers?
Is this a...
An artifactory.
Ha! That one's good. I actually like that one.
That one is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty good. So...
I'm
Right,
going
ding me.
to...
Ding me. Ding
God
me.
damn it. No,
Shit.
you can't sneak it in after a pun. That's cheating.
A baby hyena is called a cub.
Okay.
That's not even... Yeah.
I'm not even gonna give you the last ding.
Wasn't
for that.
even about Knowles. We're not even in there anymore. All right.
Jeff's gonna take over this random fact. Jeff's gonna take it over. Does anybody know why 42 is the answer? 42 is the answer because it is a code. It is a pun in code. 42 essentially meaning in code, in the coding language. I don't remember which coding language.
Old one.
It is what you make of it.
Yeah, it's the anything option, right?
I do
Correct.
recall that, yeah.
Yeah.
It is anything. The answer is
It's whatever you
anything
want
that
it to
want.
be.
What is the meaning
Yeah.
of life? Whatever you want, man.
Whatever you want. So yes, thank you for
Hey,
that.
I didn't yell ding me in the middle of the important conversation when it first came up. I waited.
Thank you. Shout out
It's
to
a
number
little
seven.
random fact. Sometimes I have self-control.
I'm going to walk over to 41, and I am going to put my hand on the back of his head, and my cable is going to connect to a socket there, and I'm going to run a diagnostic.
Okay, roll me a. This is an artificer's check. Roll me a with your tools and your proficiency and your intelligence.
That is an... Is that... Yes, that is an 18.
Ooh.
Where did that go? You said just intelligence? It's not a saving throw. It's +4.
So 22.
Yes.
Wow. All right. So, well, right away, you see that he has a lot of very important cables that connect his vital systems have been severed. He has a lot of the wiring, quote unquote, that sort of makes up your circulatory similar systems have been severed. So fluids are not getting where they need to go. They keep him lubricated. So his motion centers are shot. But the most important thing, the thing that seems to have actually shut him down, is that he has been stabbed through his core. And you know that damage to the core is one of the few things that can truly turn you off. And it's hard to fix that, because whatever energies that are housed in your core are typically released. And without a new core, it's death.
I can definitely fix all of this, but we're gonna need a new core.
I get to work.
Okay. Yeah, Jeff, you had a goal, bud. Seems like a great time to do it. You drink your drinks.
Yep.
People
Yeah, I
leave you
drink.
alone for the most part because everybody can pick up that you are particularly cloudy today. You've always been a standoffish character with the primacy, and nobody really wants to bother you right now.
Yeah, I drank my 2 drinks unbothered. I, for whatever it's worth, enjoy the change of flavor. And from there, once my gold is spent out, I sneak out the back door. And by sneak, I mean slink. I just kind of make my way out the back door. Once I've gotten out there, behind the tavern, kind of looking around, making sure that there's nobody else out here, giving myself some space away from all the people, I take out my Yun phone. And I proceed to use it.
To listen to some notifications? You sure do, bud.
Yeah.
Time for some commercials.
Hi, welcome to Unphone. Here's a commercial for one of the many products that you can find through the Unphone right now.
What? Come on down to Shia the Wolf Wagon, the #1 provider of
Today in Primacy News, some of our brave soldiers have marched into a war-torn dependency. After local monsters began terrorizing their lands, the small town of Freehill reached out for primacy help. Once a land of rebels and discontents, now calling to be brought under the protective wing of the primacy. Now a lost lamb in need of our aid. Our brave men and women arrived in the town of Freehill and quickly brought low the Gnoll scourge that had invaded the small town. Farmers finally given peaceful rest in their own beds, all thanks to the primacy's swift forgiveness and salvation. Several of our red-coated heroes even mounted a rescue mission, saving a child and his mother from certain death. The small dwarven girl they saved had this to say.
The red-skinned man is my hero. He got here just in time.
Sadly, the chosen warrior could not be asked for statement, however, as the platoon of soldiers had to leave shortly after, deeper into the dangerous dependencies of Celestion. May they be kept safe by the power of our pride, heroes of our lands.
Woof.
Woof. All right, now after the commercials are done, what do you do?
I then call my handler, Darbin.
Okay, you put his sigil in, and you dial it.
Hey, Risk? Is that you?
Yes.
Holy shit, it's been a day and a half. When Vivaldi asked where you were, I thought maybe the worst had happened.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
Listen, I was going to wait until our in-person debrief, but I have been doing more than I'm supposed to at this stage. I have killed several men while conscious. I awoke in the middle of the last job you gave me.
You what?
I awoke. He cleared the geese out of my system.
It's not possible.
That's what I thought.
How? What do you do? Fill me in, come on, catch me at the speed. You're talking nonsense.
I don't really know. I was doing the job as normal. Of course, I don't really remember much until
Yeah, that's the
I awoke with his hand on my head.
That's all. Well, he just had his hand on your head, and you came out of it.
Yes,
You killed him, right?
of course I killed him. I almost died in that cave.
Yeah, Vivaldi wanted to know why you were in the cave to begin with.
Following orders. Foe sent us out there after you told me to cooperate.
Yeah. Risk.
This is not how things are supposed to go.
Sorry to tell you, Risk, but that's just not the way things have gone for you in the past. Sometimes missions get hairy. Sometimes you have to do more than you expected. Sometimes the drugs don't come on time, and they still expect a mission to be completed. Now, Vivaldi does seem to be abusing the use of one of our agents, and we will see what we can do about that. But I asked around myself, because none of this has been making sense, and it seems to me that Griddle made the call to give him an operative, which means that everything that Vivaldi tells you to do is straight from Griddle. You follow me? Do you follow how deep in you are right now? I'm sorry, I didn't know. I would have probably warned you.
At least I understand how deep I'm in now. I am formally expressing my dissatisfaction with this.
I'll formally write it down, Risk. And, so you know, I'm not exactly happy either, because I was in the dark as much as you.
Listen, of all
the handlers I've had, I dislike you the least.
Oh, my cockles. They're so warm. Thank you, Reyes.
But this is not what... I don't have choices. I know that. But know that I hate this. Every part of it.
Yeah, Reyes, I know. Hey, it gets better. And I say that meaning it got worse. I just literally got a message right now from Vivaldi. I think you'll be able to pick up gauge powder from him at least. We're gonna send him the gauge magically, and he has a mission for you in town.
Fine.
Yeah, speak of the devil, that guy. Hey, Reyes, if it's any consolation, I'm starting to hate this fucker too.
At least we are of one mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Excuse me while I negotiate a better fee for this mission. But yeah, Vivaldi's gonna have your gauge. Go check in with him. He'll also give you the mission. Apparently, doesn't need to go through the proper channels, does he? Meanwhile, I'm gonna make sure you get paid double. I'll talk to you later. Is that okay, Reyes?
This will do.
Do what I can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Stay safe.
He hangs up.
I hang up the phone and proceed around the tavern to go to Vivaldi and wherever I find him.
Sure. Mitch, back in the Gar's Sun. How you doing, bud? Anything you want to do? Chatting up with your new barbarian friend?
Yeah, just chatting and schmoozing. The only thing I'm going to say that's of note, if anyone is paying particularly acute attention, is that Deru has had the same mug of grog the entire time. He is, again, not really drinking. He does the sip when someone cheers you and you have to, or when you're in a situational, requirement. Otherwise, he stays at his wits.
Nobody
Both
ever
of them.
Nobody ever comments if you're smoozing. That being said, you've started smoozing and you've also noticed the barbarian tends to smooth in your same direction. Our new friend Eric.
So, you seem like a fellow warrior.
And he tries to clink glasses with you early on in the night. Every once in a while, he's just banging his glass against yours all the time.
Fuck this guy.
Aggressively so. Yeah, he's kind of a pain in the ass.
What brings you here? You work with the primacy, these red dogs and their silly outfits. I notice you do not wear the same colors.
I am under Canorian contract. I wear Canorian colors.
You are a Canorian.
Of course.
I've been to Canoria. You are a strange Canorian. You are short.
If you've been to Canoria, then you know to watch what you say about hobgoblins, especially to their face.
Yeah, he gives you another look again, and he's like,
No insult intended, my friend. It's simply amazing to see one of the Veoi so far from home.
and he clinks your glass again and splashes a little bit out of it. Roll insight.
Out of my glass or out of his glass?
Out of yours.
Okay. Party foul, bro. Come on, man. Can't be splooshing and splashing like that. What number was that? Oh, don't worry about it. 3. I rolled sub-Mitch. I'm just going to say that. Anytime it's below 4, I'm just going to say I rolled sub-Mitch, because it doesn't matter what I rolled.
Sub-Mitchian roll.
I mean, I add a 3.
So you don't really get anything from him as he does that interaction, but he does follow up by he splashes like half of your glass out of its half the liquid out of your glass, and then he very loudly says,
You're almost half empty. Let me refill your drink.
But of course, friend, if it is what you wish.
And he just nods, but he does walk away. He just points at the bartender, points at your drink, and then he walks away from you.
I go to the bartender, and I put my mug on the table, and I hand him 2 silver, and I say, "Give my refill to the fish." And then I stand up straight, and I say, "Thank you, friend," and I hold up my already half-empty mug, and go back to doing what I was doing.
And what was it you were doing?
Just schmoozing, just talking, hanging out. It's going back to Halor's habits of trying to get in good with the men and looking for weak points in the social structure. After the party goes on for a while, I have things to do. There's a cart of confiscated crap outside somewhere. I need to go find that. So Halor at some point says, thank you, friends, thank you. I find myself with a need to piss or puke. I'm not sure which, but we'll see in the morning. And he leaves.
To Halor!
He throws back his half of a grog, finally, and leaves.
Sure. You step out and you want to go check out the weapons area, right? The tents they have set up, and you want
The
specifically
confiscation area, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to do? What's your plan there?
I'm looking for the shiny thing, the pokey.
You want the sword that was mentioned earlier?
I'm trying to see if I can find it, yeah, or something
Sure.
that looks facsimile of it.
Go ahead and roll an investigation.
8. Oh,
8?
I had 3, but that was a 5. I'm super Mitch, at least.
Yeah. He's got a double Mitch there.
I averaged a Mitch.
You start tipping through the weapons, and you don't find it.
Hang on. My bad. It's a 4.
Wow. Okay. You start tipping through the weapons, and you don't find anything. You kind of get frustrated, and eventually somebody steps out of the tent, and it's one of the guards or one of the primacy soldiers is like, "Excuse me, what are you doing?"
Hello.
I am looking.
Hello, right?
Yes, I am I was attempting to verify a piece of contraband that I was made aware of. Has it been a day? It's been a day. That I was made aware of yesterday, but I do not see it here, which leads me to believe that there is a violation in progress.
I was not told that I would be having help on this detail.
I was not told to help you. I am simply performing my duties.
I don't. What? No. Sir, I don't think you are supposed to be digging through the weapons. This is not part of your duties.
I have not taken anything. Is it not my duty to enforce the will of primacy?
Roll persuasion.
God damn it.
Yes. Do the things, Mitch.
I'm getting there, guys.
Yep.
I'm making my way towards rolls that matter.
Making his way
I rolled a 9
downtown.
that time. We're getting there. So that's an 11. I'm above 10. In 5 or 6 more rolls, someone dies or I make a success.
So he doesn't seem particularly moved. He's like, just knock it off and I won't tell anybody, okay? I've already had enough fucking trouble from the Inquisitors going through shit, and it messes up my whole system. The system appears to be a pile, by the way.
Yeah. I imagine the system is several piles.
Yeah, several
that
piles.
are hardly distinguishable.
Yes. Gotta learn how to sort things by Mitch. But he's like, just stop and I won't be a problem. All right?
Wow.
And just stop being a problem for me. I won't be a problem for you.
If you like, I could go recover the asset for
What
you.
asset?
You are the one who is tasked with this job. If you assign me, I could do so correctly, yes? I could aid you.
What are you looking for?
When, Signor Vivaldi and I were with the mayor, he made speak of a potential item of interest. I do not see it here. I can go recover it if you like. Or you can do it yourself.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Hey, he's turning into fucking, Darbin here.
Darbin's like, look, man, I got this fucking fish up my ass. I
Got a lot
got
of
Vivaldi up my
problems.
ass.
Got a lot of fucking problems, alright? Leave me the fuck alone.
Take these drugs to the fish and
Long
fuck off.
drag of cigarette.
Yeah, long drag cigarette that's like as long as a fucking Corella DeVille cigarette just disappears into one fucking off.
He's a dwarf, right? Cigarettes as long as he is tall.
Look, if you will go away, I will check the book. Maybe one of the Inquisitors took what you're looking for. Is that good? Will you leave me alone if I check the book? What is it you want? What's the item?
It is a sword, an item of interest with a decorative hilt made of horn.
Sword's good enough. This town has like fucking 2 swords. One of them is just a hilt. Hold on. So he like goes through it. It's like, yeah, no, right here. A sword was brought here this morning, but it was picked up by Vivaldi.
Oh, good. Then everything is in order. It's good to know.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Why do you not drink with our comrades? We've had good success today.
This city used to be a part of the Resistance. There are a lot of undocumented weapons. I have not been given leave to have fun at the party.
Ah, my apologies, friend. And hello, leaves.
Fucking Canorians. And he goes back into the tent.
Well, there's one person you fooled today. You got one down.
Yeah, I made one.
9.
Yeah.
We can start now with a artifice roll again. You've done a great diagnostic. We can just get into, let's see how far you get along repairing him. Now, I am going to take this moment and say this. With all those extra parts, you did just become an artillerist. And what do you need to make a cool new cannon?
Parts. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this little thing. It has legs, it can kind of shoot stuff. At this point, I need it to.
Are you building the Iron Man robot that helps him make stuff?
That very specifically did not have legs, but essentially yes.
Mm-hmm. Did have one arm, and I believe it could shoot a laser.
I had one grabby arm. It can shoot a laser, but this one specifically, I'm using it to help me weld.
Sure. And also probably crack into the case that is 41's chassis, because, like, it's pretty well armored. Like, it's not supposed to be breached. So you do have to get inside.
So there's a 12 plus, what is mine? I believe it's 4. Yes.
Plus proficiency.
Oh, plus proficiency.
Over 20 then. Again.
Yeah. So if your intelligence is 4, your proficiency should be 2, so it should be 6.
Yes.
Right on.
So 12 plus 6. 18.
Oh, 18. All right, so you make a lot of headway. You crack into him. You do confirm all of the things that I told you before about what's damaged, and you start to repair his basic systems so that if you do kick him back online, you think he'll run without, squirting oil out of his chest and falling back down.
Mm-hmm. I also have 1 and 2 running around and doing, handing me tools and shit as well.
Fantastic. Are they always correct what tool they hand you? Or is it comedically like, no, not that one?
Point 1 is, point 2 not so much.
Can I have the spanner? I need the spanner, please. The spanner. That's a screwdriver. The spanner, please. Where's the spanner? Thank you, point 1. Here's the spanner. That is a flashlight. So you can hold it up real high for me, if you can. Yes. Thank you.
Lovely. So yeah, you how long do you work on it? 9 with your 18. You're making good progress.
Let's say a couple of hours. I'm working on this, and then if Vivaldi happens to walk back into the room, I'm going to mention the fact that I do need a brand new core for this unit.
He doesn't come back, but that is basically what you get up to, is that you feel like you could turn it back on. It wouldn't walk, but it won't damage itself. Like, its systems are stable now. You'd have to probably rebuild a lot of the parts because it's basically been decommissioned. You got like one leg missing, one arm's been pulled off, and so it's still gonna need some like mechanical work. But with a proper power source, you think you could get it running again.
Sweet. Do you need anything else from me?
No, not necessarily. If you're just working on him, we're good.
Yeah, we're just working on 41. I don't really have anywhere else to go.
Reyes, you show back up to Vivaldi's tent, probably not too long after he stepped away from 9. You see that he is giving orders. You see that he is having a terse conversation with Foe as you come by, and then Foe walks away as you show up. Foe side-eyes you, but does not say anything to you.
As I approach, it's pretty rare for me, but as I approach with frustration mounting and seeing Foe, who I know abandoned us, I take my full height and look down at Vivaldi.
Yes.
Oh, you are quite tall. You must have got the message that I have a mission for you. Yes?
Yes.
You need this, correct? This was sent to me. I explained the mission and they sent this back. This is important, yes?
Yes.
He hands you a small parcel, and it says,
I believe everything you need to know is in there.
I nod, and I take it, I unwrap it.
I was also told that upon completion, I will be paying you 200 gold pieces.
Yes.
Your handler, Darbin, is a fierce dwarf. I appreciate his haggling skills.
As do I.
I expect your mission to be done today.
Heard.
And I take the package. I do what I normally do. I open it.
do you just do it right here in front of him?
You're right. I don't really want him to have any leverage on me.
More than he already has, right?
Right, exactly. So I take it and I walk off. I find some place secluded and dark, preferably, and I go through my normal task. I take the geisha out. I put it right behind the former gills, shoot it up.
Piercing pain of the needle enters the back of your head. While the pain is very sharp, it is quickly followed up by the plunge of the plunger and the disappearance of all thought. Sort of. Once again, your brain is flooded with a sort of base level of information. Somewhere in this village is a man dressed in little more than rags and robes. He talks too much. He likes to talk against the primacy. Somewhere in the back of your brain, you recognize this as the man who was preaching in front of the Garson when you arrived. You don't know where he is right now, but you know he's gonna die.
As the gauge floods over me, I turn jet black and smooth, and I don't know where this man is. I begin what is the search for my target, choosing the high ground whenever possible, the shadows at all times.
Yeah, it's starting to become later. Dark is starting to settle in the town of Freehill. I guess go ahead and give me an investigate roll.
What's that gonna be? Not high, I'll tell you that much.
Same, bud. Same.
I mean, you are very high, but...
Yeah, very high. 11.
11. Takes you a surprisingly long time to find him. Takes a few hours. You go back to where you last saw him, and you do your best to track this man, but it seems that after the primacy soldiers came back, he kind of went to ground. You do eventually find him, though, because in this small town, there's not a lot of places to hide. Eventually, you find a man out on the outskirts in a farm trying to finish his chores. And while he's not wearing the same clothes that he was before, you recognize him. He's not alone, however. The house lights nearby seem to be on. Somebody has torches or candles burning inside, and you do hear a woman calling him to come inside. Roger, get in here. You know that these primacy soldiers are going to lose their minds after dark. You need to come in. They've been drinking all night at the Garson. It ain't safe out here tonight, and you pissed them off.
I attack him from the darkness. I just pull out my short bow from a distance away that it reaches, and that I know that I can't really be seen. That's dirty 20. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, so that's 19 plus 7, 26 stealth.
Yeah, I'm going to give this dude, because he's a little bit of a paranoid person, the chance to roll a natural 20.
Good luck.
You get within 80 feet, and his ears perk up. He doesn't see you, but you know that this man, the hairs on the back of his neck just rose. He starts to put his tool away as you pull your bow out and fire.
That's 12 plus 7, so 19.
What is it like?
He's gathering his tools. I draw back my short bow, get him in my sights, and let loose the bow. Merciful as I could be, also quick and silently. It hits him at the base of the back of the head. He's dead before he hits the ground.
Your mission is accomplished, and you know that the drug will wear off, and the only thing that will be left for the next few hours will just be this sort of sweet bliss of nothingness, but no desire to do anything.
I slide off into the darkness before anybody could even come close to finding me.
Roger, you coming in? Roger?
Ding me.
This is such a bad time.
Mitch is random fact.
Okay.
There it is.
So, a tool used by hunters and assassins to silence the sound of a bow twang, because that's pretty damn loud, is you actually put a ball of fur, a tuft of fur on either end, and that will nearly silence the bowstring. So this is
why those are on bowstrings?
Yep.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's a sound deadening device.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave that long fucking pause before we come back to your horseshit, because that's rude. Man just died, and here you are making facts about it.
I mean, I was gonna make the fact earlier when he was dying, but I figured this was less interruptive.
Not better. So, you guys are free to do whatever you want in this episode. I have no other...
I go looking for foe.
What?
I go looking for foe. Or Vivaldi, whoever I find first.
If you're gonna give me that kind of control, I'm gonna flip a coin. So you're gonna let me roll a dice to see if it's foe or Vivaldi?
Yeah, whatever.
Are you doing this in the same night?
High or low, bud? High or low?
Oh, bud, it's me. You know that answer. 4. Hang on, Jay, what dice are you rolling?
A d20.
I'm gonna say that Jay rolls an 8.
He's not far off. Was it high or low? You just want to be close to 8?
It's Mitch. It's low.
I mean, it's an
All
8,
right.
so it's under 10, so low.
Yeah, it's still low.
It's a 10.
Oh, my other
Oh.
guess was 11.
What does that mean?
Maybe this is... I don't want to be against your plans, but I think you find them both. Out of curiosity for what your plans are and me not trying to put a pin in them or fuck them up, I think you find Vivaldi talking to Foe.
That's fun. I can
Alright.
capitalize on either situation.
Okay.
So then it's both.
So, I'm gonna see the dude I'm looking for and be like, about to be like, yo, Foe, what's up, my dude? And then see Vivaldi and be like, oh, shit. Say no words. And I'm going to stealth, and I'm going to lurk. I'm going to lurk at them. Not lurk the skill, I don't have that, but I'm going to lurk at them to sort of see what they got going on. So, for my failed roll, that is going to be a 24.
I don't think that fails, bud. I'm no expert.
A 24, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. You get close enough to hear. They're talking near Vivaldi's tent. You come around like the back or something, and you hear Vivaldi talking to Foe. Fuck, here we are again. Me and me. Hey, me, talk to me.
Isn't it great?
I hate it. So, walk me through this one more time, Foe. You are claiming that 9 is incorrect, and that you were not with them, leading them into the woods, correct? No, sir. When I turned around after our initial orders, Halor had walked into the woods. The others had followed him. I went looking after them, but Halor, being a apparently very good tracker, had lost us. I did my best to follow them, and then I came back to rally the soldiers the best I could, but I didn't know which way they went.
Halor is going to come around the corner now, and, Senior Officer Vivaldi, I came to inquire with you about things we have spoken previous. Is now a bad time?
You tend to have particularly bad timing, Halor. But I can handle this now. What is it?
We had previously discussed the possible... I wanted to make sure that we had recovered that item of interest with the mayor yesterday, and also to cash in my lanyard. If now is bad time...
No. I do wish to handle that. How many ears have you procured, Halor?
I have, several we wanted knoll ears as well, yes? Is what one of the men said.
Ears
I'm
of
not sure.
enemies, yes, gnolls count.
Okay, that's what I wanted to be sure. I have 10 human and 5 knoll set.
Truly?
Yes.
Very good. I have recently used my coin, so if you come back to my tent later, I will pay you in full. I will even pay you extra if you come back soon.
Of course.
I have another thing for you that you can do for me later.
Of course.
For now we are done talking, Foe. We will speak more later. Halor, come with me now.
Yes, of course.
You head back to Vivaldi's tent, and Vivaldi leads you inside.
When Halor lets Vivaldi lead, because it would be rude not to.
Mm-hmm.
And he just throws Foe a thumbs up behind his back as he steps in.
Foe's gonna roll insight.
Or whatever the world equivalent of that is.
Foe gives you one of his fucking what the fuck Halor looks that he's given you already so many times.
Foe's skin turns bumpy and...
Yeah, hexagonal pattern. For the first time, you do get the impression that Foe is a little bit harder to read than you've assumed in the past. You've taken him like as very nervous individual, and this particular interaction and his response to you with the thumbs up, you actually find him a little bit more difficult to read than maybe you thought he'd be.
A shyster shysting, a shyster shysting.
He gives you a thumbs up back, but it looks awkward.
So, Halor, come inside my tent. I have your money. It is due. Your ears are probably getting quite heavy, and I might as well take care of them now. I was hoping to pay you in Santitas, but you've done such a fine job. The coffers are getting thin, but we agreed to 5 per ear, correct?
Sure.
15, 30.
Excuse me while Jay does math that he's bad at.
You guys walk in to the kitchen-like area, and I turn around at the stove, and I'm half naked, and I've got a plate of eggs and a plate of bacon. Then I turn around and I see Halor there, and I'm like, oh god!
9, I have not seen you before in such a beautiful and enticing light.
What are you doing?
I see, 9, that you made some augmentations while I was up.
I took your advice and I spit on it.
None of your business, Halor. Look away from 9. It's my robot.
Yeah.
So he
It's
counts
getting
out
better and better.
75 gold pieces, and then he counts out 25 more, and he hands you out a satchel. He says,
75 for your ears, you may give them to me. I do not want you to try to get paid for them twice. And another 25 for you to keep an eye out on my friend Foe.
Of course. What nature of suspicion are we addressing?
Well, I am unsure, but suffice it to say, members of the Inquisition are all seeking advancement at all times. And while I do not doubt that Foe is quite a clever tiefling, I think he might not be clever enough to know that he is biting off more than he can chew. I believe there might be a spy in our group. I do not know if that is Foe, but I do know that according to 9, Foe has worked against us.
In what way?
Foe says that he did not go with you into the woods, but this is completely counter to 9's story.
He did not. He could not track me. Perhaps a mistake?
did you roll deception?
Yeah, oh yeah. Because I'm flat fucking lying. I know this doesn't work.
Okay.
14.
I would assume, it doesn't work because I'm standing right fucking there.
Hey,
I'm
dumb
in the
fact.
tent.
Yeah, that's fine. The problem is you were told not to speak about Foe.
To anyone in Free Hill. Yes, I began to track them because we were to attack, and I lost Foe behind. 9 there is an
So-
astounding unit, and interpreted the orders to continue. It continued with me.
I thought 9 was an abomination, Halor.
It is. It is a travesty of engineering, but it is an effective one. Like poison, I would not drink outside of the tavern, but it has its purposes.
So Foe's report that there might be something wrong with the 9 unit, that it is making things up, is true.
I do not know, but perhaps it was simply a miscommunication of order. We were told to remedy the gnolls. When I went to rectify situation, 9 continued with me. Perhaps 9 only needed better orders. More clear, perhaps.
9 is not the question. The question is whether or not Foe went with you into the woods.
Well, no. I do not believe so. I was only glad that the fishman was able to contact you with his thing.
Thank you, Halor. I hope the payment is suitable. Like I said, keep an eye on Foe. It may just
Of
be that he
course.
wishes to advance, and who can blame him?
Ears?
No. He is a member of the Inquisition. His ears are far beyond your pay grade.
And your orders are beyond his.
Of course. But make no mistake, if he is loyal to the primacy, I would not bat an eye if he crucified you to a stick.
Of course.
I have been very happy with your help, Halor, but do not overreach.
My sword extends from my arm and your command. And Halor is just going to give him like a half-assed bow because he's trying to fake respecting this guy, but he doesn't really. And
Sure.
he also doesn't know what proper custom would be for that.
9 has been in the background the whole time, just waving excitedly at Halor and being ignored the entire time.
The entire fucking time. Hey, I said your name like
You
3
did, but
times.
not like to me.
But I said it.
He did say the name. That's growth right there.
I mean, that's why I like turned around and said hi in the first place. But
Halor, as you bow and turn to leave, you see on the table, on a separate table from the one that 9 has been working on, you see the sword. It's a very large, hand-and-a-half sylvan scimitar sword that you have heard stories of. The one that was spoken of by the mayor is in Vivaldi's office.
All right, well, he's looking at 9's titties. I'm gonna... The augmentations. Anyway, Halor is going to, as part of his bow, he takes a couple steps back. Then he rights himself to his full, 5'8.5" or whatever the hell. Turns, and, you have anything else for me?
No, enjoy the night. It is a good night for us to celebrate. Free Hill has been most, welcoming. We will sadly be leaving in the morning, and when we leave, we will probably be shutting down the Gar's Sun. That lovely wine they have is obviously Valerian, and the bartender or barkeep will have some answering to do, and it doesn't look good for him. In the meantime, enjoy it. Tell everyone to enjoy it. And we will be leaving tomorrow morning.
As early as the grog's morning permits, I am sure. And Halor leaves. Halor stops for like a half step when Nine says that, and then just it looks like Halor was gonna do something and then decided against it.
It's the slightly hunched shoulders stop and then keep going.
Yeah, like should I? Nah.
No.
And Halor is going to go check in on his mark.
So Halor leaves the tent and leaves you with Vivaldi. Vivaldi seems to be sort of turning in for the night. You see that he starts to take off his armor and get ready for the end of the day.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it is getting sexy.
Take that armor off.
Hey, if you wanted to know if the red matches all the way down, it does.
If the wallpaper matches the floor tile?
Yes.
I attempt to knock on a door, but like it's a tent.
There's no doors, yeah. It's a it's a bigger on the inside tent, but it's still just a tent.
You want to ding me? You want to ding me? I'll do it. I'll do a ding. I'll do a ding.
We've done one already. 2, in fact.
I'll do a ding.
Mitch is random fact.
Do it or don't.
All right, so medieval tents, specifically war tents, specifically those of commanders, many of them actually had wooden doors because they would be built into the framework of the tent. Especially tents like yurts that were used by many cultures because they actually had a wooden framework along the inside, and having a wooden door was more secure.
Jerk
Also, rich people did it because fuck you, I got money.
Hey, Inquisitor? Vivaldi?
Yes. 9?
So I've been working on 41 here, and I think I can get them back to fully operational. I do need another arm and a leg for them, because you didn't have that among your parts. But also, they need a new core, and I don't have one of those either.
What does it take for a core?
Jay?
Well, you see, you take a core and then you put it in.
But you see, you eat an apple,
Line.
and you get all the way to the middle there, and
9.
then you just put it in there.
9, I need you to roll me a Arcana check because I need to know if the maker told you this piece of information. She might not have.
I got a 9 plus 6 to Arcana.
Cores
15.
are a bit of a secret of the makers. She did not ever show you how they are made. She would do those privately. You do know that as somebody who worked with Underbrew, that a core or a power source can be made from any extraplanar energy source. And you know through Underbrew's work and your brief time with him that that is done by basically soul jarring or capturing in some way, shape, or form either a demon, an elemental, something from an extraplanar source, because their souls are linked to their body, so the amount of energy you get from them can be used as a battery. As far as you know, Marthas are more complicated than that, but you do know that you can make the robots run under this technology, if nothing else.
I can't make him a core like my core, but I can make him one that I learned from Mr. Underbrew, and he showed me that I could use a soul jar to capture, like, perhaps a demon or an elemental, and I can use that to help power the core for 41. Typically something extraplanar.
What does it take to make a soul jar, and does it require a magic that you are capable of?
9 turns to the DM.
Line.
Rolls Arcana.
Roll Arcana.
11 plus 6.
11 plus 6. It's not a magic you are capable of, but they are items that you could probably procure. You think the Primus is capable
do
of
it myself. I can't, like, just make a soul jar, but I think we could probably purchase the parts necessary for one.
This adventure is getting so expensive. I will reach out. In the meantime, thank you for your work, and you are free to leave.
Thanks. Come on, point 1. Come on, point 2. Come on, Walker.
I will see you in the morning. The maker says we are continuing to Santos.
Good night. Good night.
Reyes. A couple hours later, in the middle of the night, you come out of a drug stupor. You have...
Did I already get paid?
You were high, so unless you came back to get paid while high, no.
No, probably not.
You come back from your drug stupor. You find yourself basically just behind the Garson, kind of in a... I don't know what you might have camped out in. Maybe a trough. Maybe you went looking for water in your, like,
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah, I could have been just like laying in a trough. That does somewhat make sense.
You wake up.
So yes.
If it's a trough, it's a trough.
Yeah.
If not, I tend to throw you into muck a lot, so I don't want to force you into that. I've realized that I love throwing Jeff's character into doo-doo or muck or dirty water
Detritus.
all the time. Yeah,
Gray water.
detritus.
Gray water.
Yes, you do
Gray
do that.
water. He's spent a lot of time in my gray waters. The gray waters of my world. He's a connoisseur of the gray waters of my
He's
world.
half shark, not half catfish.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't imagine I'd find myself in a bunch of... I wouldn't put it past being in water, but I also wouldn't put it past me being somewhere just secluded. So if there's somewhere that kind of facilitates both of those things, it's not... Finding myself in, like, just a trough wouldn't be like home, because salt water is so very different than regular water. So, like, as much as I feel like he kind of would...
I actually had a thought about this and how absolutely unfun it's going to be to discuss the difference between saltwater and freshwater. And I realized that I don't have to, as the inventor of an imaginary world, say that there is such a thing as saltwater.
Oh,
So he's coming down
that's
off
fair.
of mind-altering, debilitating drugs. Obviously, it's 2 a.m., he's in a Denny's, and his food's about to arrive.
Wait, are you saying that there's no salt water?
There
That
may
we are
be
in a freshwater
no-
world?
It is a freshwater world.
Wow.
I'm making the call, mainly because I don't feel like it's particularly fun to always worry about what kind of water you're in. As, like, in a fantasy world with aquatic characters, it is and it's not. I don't like it, personally.
So-
I think it frees us up a little bit more.
Okay.
I better call Kevin Costner if we're in a freshwater world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a world where all water is the same. Yeah, I imagine it would make sense for him to be in water. Yeah. It
Sure.
comes
If you want to be secluded, I would say that you're actually in a trough in one of the stables or barns, like one of the water troughs, maybe for the animals.
Yeah, or if there's some type of like what's that, water tower type situation?
Not
I'd find myself in
not
that.
so much. Not in
or
this
anything
sort of
just
society. I
like-
don't think that that's a thing.
Can't he just wake up in a sexy, like, candle lit bathtub like The Witcher?
Yes. But because it's this
Yeah, or
character,
one of those big
it's not a
circular
bathtub,
troughs,
it's a
I guess.
bucket.
As he
Yeah.
comes
and
down
it's at
off,
the bottom of a
no,
well.
he does. No. He does. He wakes up in a candlelit room in a tub, but because he's high as fuck, it slowly fades away, and he realizes that he's in a trough next to a torch, and there's a horse instead of a beautiful wizard woman.
Yeah, sure. I come to in one of those big circular troughs.
And you go, fuck.
Fuck. I imagine I come to in the trough, and something I'm not entirely new to. So as I come to, I just pull myself out of the trough and go to where I would have stashed my belongings, because I'm pretty good about that at this stage. I stash it in a place.
You're on
I
autopilot,
know
but
where
you're
I
not
stash it.
like stupid about your behaviors. You can kill men
Right.
on this drug. Like, you can
Right.
stalk and kill a man. You know how to take your gear off and not jump into the pool with your fucking uniphone.
Yeah, exactly. So I get my gear, and everything I've stashed. I make my way. About what time is it? Like, how deep
2
into
a.m.
the night is it?
It's 2 a.m. at Denny's.
2 a.m. at
Denny's
Denny's.
being this random barn.
Denny is the farm owner.
Yeah, Denny's. Yes.
2 a.m. in Denny's trough.
I'm Denny, and
Yeah.
what are you doing in my barn?
I slink away.
Hello, talking to you. You didn't take anything, did you?
Did you fuck my sheep?
Hey! Why you always tell me to go fuck a goat, man?
God damn it. So I get out of the trough, I gather my things, I make my way out, I pull out my flask of booze, and I finish whatever was in it, which it should have been pretty full. I hadn't had too many opportunities to drink it since last I filled it. And sort of emboldened by that, and still angered from earlier, do I know which tent is Foe's?
Oh shit. Roll investigation. I mean, you know what?
He does,
Actually,
doesn't
fuck
he?
that, because you've been traveling with him for like a week already. Like, you know their tents. Yeah, you do know it.
Okay,
He's a
cool.
commander in this army
Then-
that you've been with. You aren't new.
Dear Lord, what the fuck is wrong with you, Die?
It's a 2.
It's fucking
Oh,
bullshit.
it's definitely a 2.
Hold on. It's not a 2.
It doesn't matter. I told you, don't worry about the roll.
Nah, but I want to sneak in.
Oh, then yeah, I need to know that roll.
Yeah,
Trips
I
over
know.
Halor on the way in. Goddamn cat!
11.
What'd you say?
11. Do I have an advantage on sneaking because he's asleep? That'd be great.
I think I think that foe and that 11 says a lot. 11 is not you're bad at sneaking. 11 is other circumstances. D20 represents luck and circumstance. And the circumstance is that foe fucked you, and he knows you probably know it. So as you open that tent flap, you see foe in his bed with his crossbow aimed at the door.
Sure.
Hello, Seth.
Foe,
Yes.
what you did today, I would advise you not make a habit of it, because you cannot always be awake when I come.
Seth, it was not personal. If you remember, I tried to heal you in the woods. I do not want you to die. I think you are a good person.
Personal or not, if it's my life or yours, it will be yours.
That makes sense, Seth. If you want to make sure or reduce the chances of that being a thing, maybe stay away from 9.
I narrow my eyes. I turn, and I don't even turn. I close the flap. I don't trust him.
You don't want crossbow chiropractic?
I do not. So I just step back and close the flap, and I walk away.
Done?
Yeah. I'm not going to ask him. I'm not here for fucking 20 goddamn questions. Yeah.
No, I mean the episode.
Up you.
I mean, I don't. We don't have to be, but that's a solid like ender. I think. Did you have something
I also
Left-
was going to talk to Foe.
after Reyes leaves?
Sure.
Halor.
So I do I know where Foe sleeps? I assume I do. He's my CO.
Man, this NPC's popular. Yeah, guys, you know where he is. You know where all the Inquisitors are. It's good to know.
Okay.
They tend to kick flaps open and yell at people.
I mean, I figure like I in particular really know where the hierarchy is and isn't.
Oh, yeah, you know.
More specifically isn't. So I'm gonna go.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Have a discussion with Foe because first of all, dick move. Second of all, bro, what the fuck. Third of all, bro, you in trouble, man. You in trouble, mate. So I rap on the tent flap when I get there, which is the best I can do of a knock.
God, shite. What the fuck? Who is it?
Allure.
Fuck. Come on in.
You hear a ratchet of a crossbow being reloaded.
If now is bad time, we could discuss it another.
No. You were much more polite than Seth.
Oh.
But he has the crossbow in his hands.
Halor just looks around, doesn't immediately see Seth, throws a wave just in case, and steps inside.
Oh yeah, no, you just missed him. Is there something I can do for you, Halor?
Yes, I wanted to talk to you about matters of life and death, and chain of command and death. I am unclear what the nature of our operation that you most definitely didn't attend me with and was not given under your direct orders.
What is your question, Halor?
Why? Or why not? If you intended for me to die in that hole, then you can go fuck a goat. And if you did not intend for me to die in that hole, it would be important for me to know that you, of course, were not there.
Halor, is a good question why. I ask same question why you would bother to protect me from Vivaldi.
Because at Vivaldi's own word, you may supersede him with cunning and time, and I prefer your more meager mannerisms, deliberate but not overbearing. Vivaldi is like a refreshing glass of cow's piss when you are in the desert.
That is an astute description of Vivaldi, yes. Halor, I have already said this to one person already. My intent was never to kill you, but you have been hired as a mercenary in a battle that I do not think you understand. And you may have almost become a casualty, but I am happy to see that you survived.
And Vivaldi would have been happy to hear that you had accompanied me to that cave and were with me for some time. He did not, but he would have been happy to hear. So my question to you is if I am your operative, keep me informed, yes?
This sounds like an innuendo check, which used to be a skill in 3rd edition. This sounds like you want to say something without saying it. And my question exactly is, before we figure out what check to roll for that, what is it you are trying to say specifically to him?
So the point he's...
Because you have 2 layers to this.
Yeah.
You're either helping him... Yeah.
So what is being said here, right, on paper and in illusion, is fucking Vivaldi's a wanker. Fuck that guy. The stick up his ass is so big, I feel in danger.
That's in the open.
Yeah. No, like I say, this is the summary of all of it, right? Hashtag fuck that guy. I don't like you, but I prefer you. And if you're going to take over Vivaldi, I could help you. And if you're going to do shady shit, I am definitely not against you doing shady shit, but let me know so I can back you appropriately. He's referenced several times that he covered for him with Vivaldi, but he was not told that ahead of time. And if we're going to do some shady shit, you need to keep me informed. And if you don't keep me informed, I know it's because you're trying to kill me. And then you can fuck a goat. Emphasis on the fuck a goat.
So I think actually what I do need, I think he gets it. I think that him not getting your point just inhibits our story. What I actually need is a deception roll from you, because you are truly, and beyond all other things, bad for everyone. You're bad business. And we need to see if he doesn't pick up on that.
I'm trying to make him believe that I'm good for him.
Yeah.
The I'm worth it roll.
Yeah, roll at me a deception check.
11.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Hello,
7 plus 4, my dude. Back below 10 again.
hello. You are in Vivaldi's pay, and I think it is safe to say that I do not care for Vivaldi. So if you do not care for Vivaldi, of course, we can be allies. But I will tell you what I did not tell Reyes, and it is simple. I do not wish Vivaldi to be successful in his mission. You may do with that what you wish.
Why did Vivaldi not wish you to save the people we were to protect? Why did Vivaldi also eliminate an operative of his own?
You know the answers to those, Halor.
Then why were you there?
I began with conflicted feelings about the situation, and I changed when I realized that there was a chance that I could accomplish something important. It was not an easy decision. I have not gotten much sleep, Halor, and I would very much appreciate if you are going to kill me or rat me out to do it now, so that I can attempt to get 2 hours before we march tomorrow morning.
Halor just approaches the bed, pats him on the shoulder and says, "There is no rest for the wicked," and leaves.
It's no rest for anyone.
Here's what I said.
Halor has left.
Yeah.
I also am going to visit Foe's tent. But
Yes!
I also am going to visit Foe's tent. But instead of walking up to the door, I'm going to walk directly through the side of the tent and just continue on going without blinking because Foe doesn't exist.
He doesn't exist. His
Just tent collapses
exist.
and he cusses and
Fuck, shit! No, don't touch!
oh, what? As you just walk off with his tent.
I just keep going.
Halor just turns, looks back at Foe on his cot. My friend, it is not your night.
He hangs his head, and we cue the music. Hey, Tavern Goers. Thanks again for listening to Torchlit Tavern. Today's tale featured Mitchell Travis as Atheru, Jeffrey Lisk as Reyes, Ryan Santos as number 9, and Jameson Oxford as the Dungeon Master. You can follow us and interact with us on Twitter at Torchlit Tavern, or email us with any of your most pressing questions at torchlittavern@gmail.com. You can also find our entertainers on the streets of twitch.tv/torchlittavern, yelling obscenities at passersby. If you enjoyed our tale, you can tip your storytellers as you leave the tavern, which you can do via patreon.com/torchlittavern. Every little bit helps, and those who tip well and often can find themselves privy to an extra story or two, jokes, or maybe even a bit of hidden lore. Our story continues to grow all the time, and though we have no designs on a vast empire, your help is always appreciated.
Our theme music for this campaign was designed by the bard, Brett Eagleston. Get his music at bretteagleston.bandcamp.com or find links for all his projects by following Bread Eagles on Twitter. This episode was edited and produced by Jameson Oxford and Ryan Santos. Other music and sound effects are provided by Epidemic Sound with help from freesound.org.
And if you should find yourself surrounded by eager ears and attentive listeners, remember to tell good stories.